Right, so this is my talk. It was a 30-minute talk. I've compressed into 5, so we'll see how that goes. It's basically about trying to encourage open source contribution, so I'm going to try and focus on a few things and try and get people going. I am a Fluent Bit maintainer. So first of all, thanks for everyone who does open source, contributes to it, has contributed to it, considers contributing to it, all of that stuff. Without it, I don't think there would be much in the world that we could use. So yeah, thanks to everyone. So the goals of this talk, encourage contribution, basically. Try and get more people doing it, realizing it's not just code, there's lots of other things that you can do to contribute, and trying to cover some of the benefits for individuals and enterprises, but I'm not sure I'll have time. More goals, talk about myself, my favorite topic. I'm not a typical open source developer, so I want to encourage others who might think they're not typical to try and join. And also, I'm happy doing this, terrified of approaching people in person and talking to them unless I know them already. So please come find me and come talk to me. Fluent Bit, if you don't know what it is, CNCF graduated project used by every major public cloud. It started out as log forwarder, does all observability now. People use it for low resource and high performance, basically. Who am I? Lots of words. Gist is, I'm old, I used to work in defense, and I still contribute to open source, so there's no real excuse for any other industries or people, so please contribute to open source. And contact details if anyone wants to talk to me. Typical day for me, spend far too long on Slack, go back to Slack, spend longer on Slack, and in between do some work. I'll also try and check the issues and stuff we have on the open source side. Most of the time, it's just, please try it with the latest version, please give us the actual information we need to solve this problem. Slack, loads of Slack and community interaction. It's the best way to do it. Lots of people raise questions. There's lots of interaction, lots of discussion. So please engage with the community, Slack, meetups, whatever you can do. That's a great way to contribute as well. The other main one, documentation and use cases. Please provide them. A lot of questions in the Slack. How do I do X? Well, if it's not in the docs, add it. Make some blog posts, do stuff like that. Lots of complaints about hotel documentation today, fix it. You know, try and contribute some of that. Translate it as well is a good one. Some suggestions, how you can contribute, engage with the community, we sort of covered already, but sponsorship as well. Compute and resources is really important. We're really struggling, particularly for Fluent Bit, with integration testing. It consumes all our GCP credits almost immediately, so any compute we can have. Direct and technical help, simplify. So triaging issues, simplifying your own issues, reproducing them, make it a lot simpler rather than a humongous config and some complex infrastructure to reproduce the problem. Document, so add stuff to the docs, produce blogs, fix things. Documentation is out of date as soon as it's published, so please add to it. All right, got through that one fast. Testing. This one comes up a lot. If you're using stuff in a particular way, add some tests for it to the open source thing. It helps you, it helps everyone. It's a great way to contribute as well. You can provide your use case, automatically regression test for the future. Triaging. So this is what I spend a lot of my time doing. It'd be great if more people could do it. Go to issues you see in things, try and reproduce the issue, try and get more information or make it easier for maintainers to actually spend their limited time focusing on what the actual problem is. And lastly, and I've done this in the priority order, is you can contribute by implementing, but that's not the focus of my talk today. There's lots of other ways you can do first that are a lot easier and a lot easier to get going. And the only other one I wanted to cover, and I've highlighted it here, please, for the love of God, follow any templates, contribution guides. Don't make up your own way of reporting an issue. It's a nightmare sometimes when it's missing all the stuff we need. So please follow contribution guides, follow templates, do all that stuff. Why would you want to contribute as an individual? Personal growth, technical skills, networking, job offers. That's how I got my last job. Mostly complaining about the open source software, and then I got hired by the people implementing it, so I'd stop complaining. Yeah. Why contribute as a company? The main one is, it reduces risk. We test how you're actually using it on the platforms you're using it if you contribute compute. You can reduce any kind of maintenance of forks, patches, all that stuff on top, and speed of fixes and go to market. So you can contribute in various ways. Documentation. That's the big one. Everyone, please go look at documentation. Reproducing issues, simplifying them, adding tests, and then finally maybe implementing stuff. but also supporting all our infrastructure usage and helping people with non-technical stuff, PR, marketing, all these kind of things are great. So if you've got any questions, come find me afterwards because you've got 5 seconds.